Sa ilalim ng puti. Hello everyone, if you're new here,
Welcome.
and if you're not,
Welcome.
back at it again with another reaction video. So first of all, I would just like to thank this person right here for suggesting this. Thank you very much. And today we're going to react to JK Labajo's self-named band's album, which is called Diwa. And please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys have anything for me to react to, such as albums, songs, music videos, just comment it down below as well, and I'll try to do it for you guys. So yeah, I'm not really a diehard fan of this band. I mean, I've heard their songs Buwan and Demonyo, which I both like, but aside from those and his love-hate relationship with Darren Espanto, I mean, I got nothing. But we cannot really deny his talent as a singer and as a musician as well. I mean, the first time that I recognized this dude was in The Voice Kids back in the day, and now he has his own band, which is after his own name, like. But yeah, Juan Karlos, Diwa. Let's go listen to it. Now, track number 1, Ulan. Now, this track is a pretty good introduction for their album in my opinion. I mean, the production was great. I mean, it really brought out this kind of like depressed ambience or like atmosphere throughout the whole song. And in my opinion, I really feel like Juan Karlos has already mastered this kind of like singing style, where his vocal inflections evoke this kind of like damaged, sad, kind of like with this hint of like insanity or like madness behind his voice, which I think is really cool, and I really feel like he's already kind of like mastered that. The one where he curls his words at the end of each lines, just to give each one their emphasis whenever he sings those lines, which I really think is very cool and very artistic. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good track. Now, next song, Kalawakan. I really feel like one of the skills that Juan Karlos has as a singer is that he could carry the entire mood of the song all by himself. I mean, he could sing as slow as it gets, and it gets all this kind of like romantic, jazzy feel to it. And then when he goes and sings into like the higher range of the song, he also carries it out perfectly. And his control over his voice is just really, really good. And his voice is just so crisp and just like so whole that it's not really that compromised, so you can really go and like travel on this different spectrums of his voice very easily, which in my opinion is like not that many singers could do. That part there at the end. I mean, now that I think about it, it kind of like reminds me of the singer in the band Aerosmith. Especially when that guy sings their song I Don't Want to Miss a Thing on like the last lines of the songs. So yeah, I mean, the guitar solo for this song is more appropriate compared to Ulan. I mean, yeah, it's pretty formulaic, but it works, so. So for this song, I really feel like it has more or less the same structure as the song Buwan, with the whole kind of like mellowed out singing in the beginning, and then as the song progresses, it just gets more livelier and like more crazy, wild I guess, with the way how Juan Karlos is singing, especially at the part after the guitar solo. So yeah, I mean, even though the guitar solo was there and it was all lively, I really feel like this song is still for like slow dances or like just waving your hands while you're listening to the band perform on stage or something. But yeah, overall it's a pretty great track in my opinion. I will definitely listen to this song again. There was not one part of the song where I was getting bored or like sleepy and all that stuff. And I'm all about the energy of like the artists whenever they sing or perform anyway. So I really feel like this one really suits me and my personal preference on like music. So yeah. Now the third track is called Malay. Now it could either mean two things in Tagalog, like how should I know or something like that to that effect. Or like Malay to like the consciousness of the person or something like that. But either way, the theme of this song is probably going to be interesting. So yeah, just go listen to it. So I guess the title of the song does refer to consciousness. So yeah, that was Malay by Juan Karlos. So the refrain, or the part that keeps repeating throughout the song, is basically that they just dance until they lose consciousness. And the feeling that I've been getting throughout this song is also pretty sad as well. I mean, in first listen, it kind of sounded at first as like this romantic, happy, uplifting, romantic message of a song. But I feel like this song doesn't really express that. I mean, yeah, it's as if these two people have this tete-a-tete, so like this trysts, where they don't have really that much time to be together and bond. The structures of the song is more or less the same in my opinion. I mean, it goes slow at first, and then it kind of like builds up this energy up to the very end, and then it just goes and dies down in the end part of the songs. I mean, I'm on my third song now, and I feel like it's really gotten to the point where it's kind of like predictable in some parts of the song. But yeah, it's still enjoyable nevertheless. So yeah, Pasensya. It's kind of like a wordplay between Pasensya and like saying sorry, while also Pasensya and like patience. So it's basically about Juan Carlos's character saying sorry over cheating on like his partner or something like that. I mean, the topic of this song has been carried out by a lot of artists already, both international and like artists in the Philippines. And I mean, on this kind of common topics for songs to revolve around, I mean, it's more about how you say the words, or like how you sing, as well as like the production and all of that, compared to like what you say, in my opinion. It's basically on like how you apologize to like this other person that you're talking with, or like the message that you want to try to pass to like this other person on this song in particular. And with the message of the song being pretty straightforward, I really felt like with the song's length being like 4.5 minutes, it's kind of like overstaying in my opinion. Could have just made the track more compact and like concise with like the message that it's trying to say, in my opinion. You could have just made it on like 2 minutes or like 3 or something. But for me as a listener, they could have just considered other ways or like other angles to attack this topic of the song. For this song, Pasensya, I really feel like it's kind of like a miss, personally. But yeah, if you like it, I mean, go on and listen to it. You want to say sorry to someone, listen to it. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty alright. So yeah, this fifth track is called Samapaguita, featuring Glock 9. Now I've been a huge fan of Glock 9 ever since I was in junior high school, so this should be good. And yeah, based on the cover, Samapaguita's a flower. I don't know what you guys call it in your country. If you're watching this from, I don't know, New Zealand, America or something. But yeah, let's go listen to it. Kausap kay hindi ko mapigil ang maiyak. Mundong di sigurado isa. So yeah, for this song Samapaguita, the main message or like the theme of this song is basically the sacrifices and like the hardships that the OFC's worker has to go through just so that they could just provide the needs and wants of their family, pretty much, that they've left back home in their home country. And as for Glock 9, great as always. I mean, back in the day, he used to rap really fast. I mean, even though he doesn't rap that fast that much now, he is still able to paint pictures on like the listener's mind, as well as to use vivid words and imagery, which make that all the more effective. And yeah, I was not expecting a Glock 9 / Juan Karlos collab, but it's a welcomed one. So, 6th track, Kulimlim, and we're gonna go listen to it now. So as he sings, there's like this background vocal that's kind of like pitched down on his voice, then layered that into the mix. I don't know if I enjoy it at the moment, but it's there, so. So yeah, that was Kulimlim, and out of all the tracks that we've listened to so far, that was the most mellow and like slowest song that I've listened to on this album so far. I feel like this is also one of those songs where the production is not really the highlight of the song, or like the intended highlight of the song. I feel like it's more of like the lyrics on like what the singer is trying to say, and the music is kind of like just accompanying that, just to like emphasize that more. Kind of like a stage, and then like the words are like the actors or like the characters playing in the song. personally, this one does not really hit me that much. I mean, I don't know, like, they could have considered more, like, ways on, like, how to tackle this song as well. But that's just my opinion, though. I mean, you could like it if you want to, but for this one, yeah, nah, I'm probably gonna need a few more listens to it before I really enjoy this song. Now, next song is called Sistema, and we're gonna go listen to it now. There's really such versatility in his voice where it could hit you and be more impactful based on like the way that he sings or like way he projects his voice. And there's also this moments where he could also be soothing and like be more smooth with the way he sings and like just calm and like all that stuff. So in the music video of this song, check it out by the way, it's pretty good. So the theme or the message of this song as well as the music video is basically that the supposed systems of the world or like the community that you're into or like the environment doesn't really work that way. I mean, like, we see this character in the music video that's like really trying hard to like get by and like takes the high road, applies on all these job vacancies and like really trying to save money and all that stuff just so that he could get by on life. And while he's just doing his own thing, he sees all these other people that like uses shortcuts or like illegal methods to get by on life and to get ahead. And as for the technicalities of the song, I could really see a structure or like a pattern that they really follow. Think of it as kind of like an empty house. Yeah, like an empty house is like the formula that they're doing. They're still making sure that even though the pattern is there, they're still trying to be creative within that constraint, which I think is really cool. So it's kind of like the furnitures and like the decorations of the house or like the verses and the drum rolls as well as the guitar solos and like all those little details. It's like those furnitures and like the designs within the house. I mean, creative people show their creativeness if there's like a certain limits on like the things that they could do, and just like doing certain things on the materials and resources that they have. And that's really being shown by the band. So I think it's also really cool, this one. And as for the theme, I don't really feel like it's really political in like any shape or form. Like, it's one more step beyond that. I think it's more philosophical on like how do people become one's ideal, like the best version of you and like the ideal state of life. If you see other people not being as disciplined as you are or like being as dedicated as you are, but being able to get there by using illegal methods like cheating and not really following the supposed system that you need to take to get there. So yeah, it's more of like an existential struggle. I mean, you could really apply it anywhere on like school, government, state of life, business. So yeah, great production, great singing as always, and great theme. So the 8th track of this album is called Biyak, or crack in English. I mean, I've been saying one big crack throughout this whole album, I'm not gonna lie. So in this song by Juan Karlos, I really feel like this is just a much more raw, more intense version of their song Pasensya that we've just listened to in the past few songs. And I feel like one of the core differences between these two songs is that in Biyak, at the later parts of the song, Juan Karlos is once again doing his thing of like emphasizing the frustration as well as like the desperation of like trying to get back to this other person by saying sorry over and over again. And I mean, yeah, at this point I really feel like these songs that we've just listened to is like more or less sounding the same now. Little differences on each one of them just like give them its own flavor. And there are really some fans out there of this band who really likes that consistency. Like, take The Baby for example, if you follow rap or something like that. I mean, that guy's flow throughout his whole songs are like more or less the same. And I'm kind of getting that vibe on this band as well. And yeah, it's basically just hit or miss anyway. I mean, if they were to reorder the songs again, and if I were to listen to this song first and like then Sistema after, then like the others was like shuffled as well, I'd be saying these things or like these commentary on Sistema, and then I'd be praising this song like Biyak. So yeah, I mean, it's an alright track. I mean, you could really see the effort that they put through on the songs here. But yeah, maybe renovate some parts of the house, if not the whole thing. But overall, yeah, pretty alright track. Now for the 9th track, it's called Miss You. I miss you too. And the first thing that I've noticed in this song is that it's almost 7 minutes. Like, why? So long distance, maybe with you and you, yeah. I feel like it's one of those songs where you just play it with your loved one or like your partner or something, then just do slow dances on like your room while it's playing in the background and stuff like that, especially after a long time that you haven't seen each other in like a long distance relationship or something. I mean, I'm also in a long distance relationship for like 3 years now, and yeah, I mean, I really relate to this one, like that longing. I mean, you could really feel that on the emotions portrayed by JK and like how he sings as well. I mean, he's really an emotional singer, like he could really put the emotions in there. Now, even though I don't look like it, I really thoroughly enjoyed this track. I mean, you won't see me bumping my head on this or like jumping all around the whole place. And yeah, I really feel like they did something different here compared to the last ones, in a sense that even though the formula was basically more or less the same, on the part after this guitar solo on this song, I really feel like Juan Karlos did not really go overboard on like how he was supposed to sing it. I mean, there was still some kind of like peak or like some added intensity on like how he sang it. Yeah, overall, I really like this track. Would play it again. And I'll show it to my girlfriend or something. I don't know. Now, this last song in the album is called Jenny. I don't know, maybe it's the girl on the album cover. So in this Jenny song, I really feel like this is kind of like the sequel and what concludes the kind of like mini trilogy songs in this album, which is Pasensya, Biyak, as well as Jenny. And then in this song, Jenny, it shows the character's state after being broken up with his partner for like 2 years, I think, as shown in the lyrics. And yeah, he still hasn't gotten over it yet. He still has this lingering thoughts on like maybe he still has a chance or something. I mean, yeah, take your time, think things through, talk to like a counselor or something, and talk to a good friend, and not one who's kind of like a yes man kind of friend, because you won't be getting any help from those. And once you've kind of like made your peace, just take the lesson with you and move on to like your next relationship or something. And if there might be a chance or not that you and your other person too is gonna get back together, just make sure that you develop yourself first as a human being, fundamentally, and the good things will come. Promise you. Yo, why am I being preachy out here? Like, what? So yeah, that was the album Diwa by Juan Karlos. And yeah, for this album, I'm kind of conflicted actually, because individually, I really enjoy all of these tracks. I mean, I really pick up something from them. But as an album and like listening to it collectively, I really feel like I'm just listening to the same songs over and over again. If I turn off my head and stop listening and then just listen to the instruments and like the sounds as well as Juan Carlos's voice, it really feels like I'm just getting these songs on repeat all over again and I don't know which one is it. I really feel like the themes as well as the ideas and messages of the song are just all over the place. I mean, I really feel like some songs were really philosophical, while some songs are just on like a more intimate personal level. It's either that the listeners are going to want to consume this kind of songs, as the structures of them are more or less kind of like the same and formulaic, as I keep repeating on this video, or you're one of those listeners who would just pick 1, 2, or like 3 songs of this whole album, then enjoy those. And yeah, this is the end of the reaction video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And again, if you guys would like me to react to any other stuff such as albums, music videos, or newly released songs or some stuff like that, please comment it down below as well. I'd really appreciate that. And if you guys would like to watch other reaction videos of mine, feel free to click some of these links here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!